This species can be found only in this area, and so when you talk about the ecology and Buddhism, so you must be we are all Buddhist people, so we know what is Buddhism, but we have no idea about what is ecology. So what is ecology? So ecology is a systematical study about environment, and it relates to living organisms. The branches of biology concerns with the relations between organisms and their environment. And also, it is a study about abiotic, which means living, non-living things, and biotic means living factors. So this is not only that, it is also a study about levels of organisms, forest, insects, and about rainforest. So now comes, when we were going to field trip, Achan Dongdi has given a very, very good definition of the word earth. So Achan Dongdi gives the definition of the earth as this one. The earth, E means environment, M means animal, R means river, T means tree, and H means human. And my definition, according to Buddhist understanding or according to my point of view, is this. E means energy to start dealing with life. A means academic effort for being special from millions. And R means royal as a Brahma. And T means tail. Tail means someone who is influenced by someone else. And H means holy and habitat. Life is full of suffering and no one respects life. So here, holy means it's respectful. We should respect life. We should respect the interconnections. So here comes, in any period, when the climate changes, the rainy season, when we have normal seasons and also rainy seasons, when the rainy season comes, the places fill up with green grass, beautiful flowers, trees, and many other organisms. And that is quite wonderful. And these places becomes an ecosystem for many small insects that we don't see with our naked eye. And the whole place that is green looks quite beautiful, and it's admired by all. And you see this picture, as you see this picture, it's interconnected with all parts. And they are playing a role, being united. As I said, this picture views each local as an integrated whole of interdependence part that function as a unit. You see this part of you look at my mouse up here, you see the level of the mountain and also the ecosystem of this pond and also the ecosystem of this human house and also this flower garden. Then you can see the different types of ecosystem working in one unit. And then comes now I'm going to talk about this pond. This pond has been there for more than 30 years. And more than 30 families have been living here and spending their life for survival. And they used to take bath and shower, and they protected it very peacefully, and they used it without making any harm. So, although this looks small, still it was enough for 30 families to survive. And now let us go to the next one. So what does this picture talks about? This picture views the living organisms of ecology, such as plants, trees. You see this, the plants, trees, and also ecosystem, microorganisms in soil and animals. So now comes another picture which says that here the ecology interactions between non-living and living or component in the environment. In this environment we have both parts, living things and also non-living things. So what are the non-living things? Non-living things are the light, water, wind, nutrition in soil, and heat, solar radiation. So, and also the atmosphere, all these are non-living things. So now let us come to what is living things. This picture, the picture that I have taken here this talks about the dead organic matter, nutrition in the soil and water. And when we have water, water produces lots of green grass and green plants. So that's why we have it's interaction. When we have this, we have that. As in Buddhism, we say paniccasamuppada. When we have this, we have that. So you see this. What is biotic? Biotic is a living thing or living organism like human behavior. Human behavior is a living thing. And you see, Tenexi, which means plants, animals in groups which share similar qualities. We all share the similar qualities, but we don't really realize that. And not only that, psychology, the way in which the bodies of animals and plants work. We all work in different ways, but how many people care for that? Very few. So when we talk about mathematics in ecology, we talk about population, which we have a population. This is the population. This all of us are in the group of population. So when we go to talk about non-biotic, abiotic, then the climatology, which means the study of climate, and also the hydrology, the study of movement, distribution, and quality of Earth throughout the Earth, and physics, and also chemistry, geology, and soil analysis, and etc. So we, as I said, we are interconnected to everything in this universe. And that's why our flourishing and planetary prosperity are intimately linked with each other. We link to the nature, and linked is always with us. We are never separate. So you see this picture, as far as when a teacher saw this, she didn't believe that I took this picture when I was there. And this picture talks about mate. Population living in a particular area. This type of insects, this type of species can be found in a rainforest, in a very secluded place. And this mate is for proximately, which means being near, being close, sharing same genes, sharing same ideas, sharing same difficulties, and potential for intermating mostly. And not only that, they are the survival and reproduction of individuals, and therefore affect the distribution of species and abundance of species. And when this is very good one, when the topography and also and solar climate, when solar climate and topology get together, then it determines a vegetarian type. So do you see this species here? He's become a vegetarian. So you see this, another one, the picture, another one. This picture talks about water, solar, energy limit, plant primary production, which refers to the energy converted from solar radiation to chemical energy through photosynthesis. This is a little bit difficult at the very beginning, but it won't be that difficult if you just learn it earlier. This synthesis talk about how the plants, make their food. We humans eat food, but how does the plants eat food? How does the trees take food? They take it through solar radiation. When the sun, with the heat of the sun, they store it and they produce the body. They do it by themselves. They store food for themselves, and that's how they take the food. And that system, that way of systematic way, is the photosynthesis as a term of psychological what. So now you must be asking, how does a forest look like? So the forest look like exactly like this. You see, so as I have said, the trees help us to get the timber for us to build up a house and also everything. Trees produce fresh air. Trees are the survival. Trees produce lots of things like oxygen, carbon dioxide, a lot of things. And we depend on the trees. So, wherever there are trees, the climate becomes very cold. It's surely cold. As you see, when we have a hot weather, we always go under a tree. Why? Because it is cold. So, still, how does a forest look like? Oh, you must be getting tired of this. Anyway, anyway, I got to be fast. This is how a forest look like. I know you know already. So, forests save us all. Actually, forests save us all. We depend on forests. So forests save us all. And everything in planet, and without forest, we can't survive. Because forest produces the most important things for us to live, like carbon dioxide and other things. And how does a rainforest look like? You see, this is the sign of rainforest. And this mushroom, you see, these are the sign of rainforest that you can ever see. You cannot see this type of things in just a forest, but you can see only in a rainforest. So in a rainforest, this picture exactly talks about the rainforest. So now, what I want to say is the clouds, mountains, full of green trees and beautiful waterfalls make our heart warm and beautiful, fresh and peaceful. So we should try to protect it. Rainfall drops the productivity of ecosystems. It helps us to expand the agriculture and land. And not only that, when we hear the water coming out in the waterfall, it sounds like, the birds and the waterfall is singing with guitars and also some with, with very good musical instrument. We all survive with water. There is another name for water is life. We all survive for water. And we take water little and destroy much. But we don't want to destroy anymore because we depend on water. Why do we want to destroy that thing? What do we want? So that's why we should take water just like a bee. That takes little, that takes the exact nectar from the flower and goes away without harming it. So we should be the same as the bee. So now comes my conclusion will be coming like this. As a good global citizens, we should try to protect the nature. Because nature depends on us. And it should be on our shoulder all the time. We should always try to remember that nature is the main part. If nature is alive, I'm alive. If nature is gone, I'm gone. We are the most, especially because we are the most biggest, we are the most important species or animals in this universe. And we are the biggest mission on earth. So we are the only person who can change it. There's no other people who can change it. So, that's why we have to change ourselves. We can do something for the nature. And when you do something for the nature, it doesn't